So currently, everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and the WNBA. One side is saying that Caitlin Clark is one of the best female basketball players that we've ever seen. Another group of people is saying that Angel Reese won the championship, so she should be receiving all of the things that Caitlin Clark is receiving. And the WNBA, well, it seems like they don't really like Caitlin Clark too much. Of course, in today's society, everybody's screaming racism. I don't agree with that. I have a slightly different take, and I'm going to base it off of the history of the NBA. If you're watching this video as a reel, make sure you hit right here so you can see the entire video. All right, let's get into it. I've seen people talk about this from both sides, but I think there's one key element that both sides are missing. How many of you watching this video have ever heard of Shaquille O'Neal? Pretty much everybody. Now, how many of you have heard of Tim Duncan? I was a diehard Spurs fan, so definitely I hope it's most of y'all, but I'm sure there's a large group of people who've never heard of Tim Duncan. Or maybe you've heard of him, but you don't know him quite as well as you do Shaquille O'Neal. Tim Duncan is a Hall of Famer. He's won multiple championships. He's considered one of the best power forwards to ever play the game. Check him out real quick. And while you're watching this video, I want you to pay very close attention to the way that he plays.
Duncan still getting it done, Clyde. Duncan isolated.
Make the trip to the sore left knee. Neither did Duncan. Duncan over the knee.
Great eye contact.
They have to get out on Dion. He'll shoot it. Duncan's still looking for his first.
There's great position right there, and this is his patentage.
Isolation for Duncan against Jefferson. Great show and go. Oh!
Tim Duncan is known for having excellent fundamentals. He's always holding the ball high. He's always in the right position. He's making the good looks. Now check out this video of Shaquille O'Neal.
Bryant giving it up. O'Neal. A facial served up by Shaquille O'Neal.
I want to hear you say, Marco, say, throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
Picked off by Bowie. Behind the back. Block this. Oh, my.
Ostertag leaning on Shaq, who spins and goes strong to the bucket.
Here's Shaq. Against Dudley. Nice. Shaquille O'Neal was so powerful on that move.
I mean, it's a complete difference. And that's my point. Every corporation is going to make the decision that most people are attracted to. The decision that's going to keep eyes on the game. Tim Duncan, he swung the ball right. He held it right. He made a nice drop step. But Shaquille O'Neal by far was much easier to watch. Why? It was much more entertaining to watch him. Instead of him putting up layups, he was dunking on people. He was making facial expressions. He was celebrating crazy. And he just forced everybody exactly where he wanted them to be. As a result, the people, me and you, would much rather watch Shaquille O'Neal play a game than we would Tim Duncan. Even though Tim Duncan is a Hall of Famer, a great player, scored just as many points as Shaquille O'Neal, Shaquille was just much more entertaining to watch. When I first saw Caitlin Clark play, and she did that drop step, and she did that fade away from the three-point line, the way she did it was so technically sound. It was so unexpected, and it was just pretty, like Jordan game or something. I had never really seen a woman do it that pretty. Then I saw her take the ball to the basket and weave through traffic and hit an almost impossible layup. Check out some of her highlights.
And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three. Will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Take it at the rim. Here, hesitation. You have to come on her. It goes by. Her first two.
Back Benley. Here's Clark, a good look from three. She got it. The first three in the career of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark does not need much space here.
With 16 points, she's played terrific defense as well. Here's Clark off a screen, gets a look, and hits.
Compare that to Angel Reese. When I saw her play, I thought she was doing an amazing job as well. However, most of the most popular players in the NBA have always been wing players, point guards, shooting guards. Rarely does a power forward or a center get as much attention as somebody in those positions because it's much more entertaining to watch, just like defensive players in the NFL. If you're a defensive player, people probably won't know your name until you start running interceptions back for a touchdown. For me, as a black man, this has nothing to do with race. This has everything to do with business, and this has everything to do with the one person who has the most skills and the person who is going to keep the butts in the seats. I don't know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.